And as you can see, I am just doing this like willy-nilly all over the place, and we still have energy to go. It is honestly insane. Hello, I'm CammyG, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World tutorials. So today we're talking about Blasted Badlands farming loadout. So I get this question a lot when I'm streaming, is, what loadout are you using to farm? What loadout do you, should you use farming and stuff like that? And the answer is Fossil Southie, The Blasted Badlands zone, unequivocally, the best answer is Fossil Southie. Now, I didn't have a supply run mission available. We've gone into an encampment mission because my brain didn't work very well, and that's what we're in. But if I can just showcase how he works, basically. So if you look at his energy bottom left, that is shooting up. It's just shooting up constantly. And bearing in mind, in the Blasted Badlands zone, you do not gain energy naturally at all. You get it from damaging enemies or from abilities such as his. So that is pretty quick. Look at that speed on that bad boy. If I go around just like milling and stuff really quick, it is coming back up pretty quick. By the time I'm onto the next item to hit, it has, maybe not fully come back, but it would in usual missions. But because we don't have that natural regeneration, it is slower. Now, I do want to help with the mission at some point, because we can come to that when we go over the loadout, because we do have some sort of Teddy stuff in there. But yeah, the main part of this build is Blast from the Past using, Fossil Southie for that energy recoup. That's pretty much it. You got the Outlander for the anti-material charge. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could just pickaxe everything, but just look how quick it is. You just get through stuff like butter when you use the anti-material charge, which is the Outlander's heavy attack move when you have your pickaxe out. So this pickaxe, which definitely doesn't look like a pickaxe, this is a pickaxe. Once you have that out, if you don't know, L2 on console for me anyway, so heavy attack basically with melees, or your aim-in button if you're using rifles and such, that will activate the anti-material charge. And as you can see, I am just doing this like willy-nilly all over the place, and we still have energy to go. It is honestly insane. He is a hero that you can just get very easily in the Hit the Road event. So all you have to do is basically travel while you're in there. Like, that's all you have to do. Apparently, it's like the distance you travel, not the truck. I wasn't aware of that. So you should be able to do it in one mission if you want. But if you don't already have him, get him from Hit the Road, get in there. Don't be scared. It doesn't matter if you fail, I don't think. Or does it say? I can't remember if it says in a successful mission or not. But yeah, that's probably enough showcase of this. We'll go ahead and show you the actual loadout, how you work around that, and then we can just, get into some more farming, I guess. So for the loadout itself, we of course have Fossil Southie in that main slot, because he gives 12 energy per second while your shield is depleted. Now, obviously, that's going to be contingent on, not having a shield. You could, of course, go into the storm, make that, reduce your shield that way, or you can just use Blast from the Past, where it removes all shield and increases max health by 200%. So you have 3 times the health, but no shield. And yeah, you're kind of a tank in that sense. And this obviously activates any of those Blast from the Past abilities, and that requires 2 dinosaur heroes in the loadout in support. So we've gone for increased armor here with Saurian Hide, and then I've gone for Saurian Fight with the increased ability damage, because you're not really going to be focusing on your Teddy in this build. It is a farming build, but if you do get in a sticky situation, that's going to give your Teddy 20% extra damage. So while I'm talking on Teddy, what I've gone for in the last slot I had left is just for malfunction. Now, you could just do increased Teddy damage by 30%. The reason I don't think that's going to be that great is because it will not stack on the 20% properly, so you won't get the full effect of those two together. It's up to you, though. You can go for whatever you want. It could be increased duration, It really doesn't matter too much. Just go for what your heart desires. But yeah, for the other 2 supports, we have Strike Cost, which improves the heavy attack efficiency of your anti-material charge. So when you're farming, you're going to be mainly using that. That's going to be doing your farming a lot faster, and that's going to make it so you can do it more often because it's going to take less energy. And then with High Caliber Harvest from Clip, what's she called? Cassie Clip, yeah, okay, try saying that 10 times fast. Objects destroyed by anti-material charge have a 33% chance to drop additional ingredients. Now, if she's your main, that is a 100% chance, but you won't have as much energy because when he's in your support, he gives 4 energy per second instead of the 12. Now, there's arguments around which one should be the main. I think personally in Badlands Zone, because it is draining your energy actively, I think he is the best one in that main slot. Just for Badlands. Outside of that, personally, I like to use Clip in main, and I'm going to make a whole other video on that. Don't worry. If you want to check that out, obviously subscribe. Make sure you check out, we'll get there eventually. We'll get, we get all the builds. But, yeah, there's your loadout. And then, gadgets, just do whatever the hell you want. Like, who cares at this point? Yeah, I don't know. There you go. So I said we're getting to farming, but let's actually throw a teddy down. Wait, actually, let's just see. Is this encampment done? Or have we got another wave? Let's just see here real quick. Okay, this one's done. So maybe I should have waited a second to call this out. That's not actually the beam from an encampment. That is someone's, what do you call it? Like, I don't know, ping? Yeah, ping works. So yeah, let me show you, because obviously when we showed the loadout, we basically showed that we had the Blast from the Past ability to increase damage. We are in Blasted Badlands, which increases ability damage anyway, and cooldowns are, decreased or increased, I guess. Decreased? However you want to think about it. And yeah, it is... I mean, we're in a 140 and we're not built for our teddy, but the teddy's... Let's see, how's it doing up here? Obviously, we have this ability as well, which is a very strong ability. Let's not forget. There is Healing Death Burst as well. This may be not, the best mission to showcase this hero with, but it's all I had at the time. I was motivated to make the video. Leave me alone, basically. But, you're here for the farming mostly. But I just wanted to show that you can use it for damage as well. This is like one of the higher encampments. It's not a super encampment, but it is one of the higher ones. So it's still kind of holding its own, I feel. If we didn't have the Healing Death Burst, it probably would be a bit easier to showcase that. Wow, he is kind of a big boy, huh? Yeah, let's just see if we can put our teddy down again and showcase that a little bit. That guy's dead. Let's just revive him. Let's put it up here, see what we can do. Let's just try to see how much damage it's actually doing to enemies. I mean, it's kind of like... It's doing not bad. Like, let's be honest. It's not doing too bad, is it? Let me just hide behind it real quick. I mean, against the blaster, it's a bigger enemy. It's not... Ooh, he's dead. It's not doing fantastic. But it was taking out the regular guys in a few hits. With that malfunction in there. As I say, you can just slap whatever you want in there. You could put increased damage, you could put the affliction clouds if you really wanted to. It really does not matter. You probably aren't going to be using him for damage anyway. Pretty much just going to be pulling him out when you do a supply run mission. So, hey, we got someone in the game that knows the CammyG. Look at that. The fans are everywhere. Let's just give him a cheeky hey with a smile. Yeah, it's just, we finally got around to doing the farming build. And this isn't even the main farming build video, this is just the Blasted Badlands one. So, there's another one to come, as I say. There's probably no point in doing another encampment. I feel like I've shown, the teddy, I mean, it's, it is what it is. I wouldn't recommend using it outside of this adventure zone. I mean, if you get overwhelmed by enemies, it's there, right? But if you're doing supply run, for example, you're probably not going to be paying attention to the enemies, you're just going to be slapping the trees. But if they do, or if you get a storm chest, it's going to help you out a little bit, Oh, man's following the Twine Endurance, nice. Good lad. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, just here we are. Just absolutely melting through stuff. Now, obviously, the energy doesn't come back fast enough. If I try spam it over and over and over and over again, I now can't do it. If you do it that fast, it's not like infinite. But, generally, you're going to be, like, smacking something, maybe searching something, moving over to the next thing to smack. I mean, now we've got it back, that rhymed, I think. That's kind of cool. I might hit both of these, and then that'll take it down quite a lot. Come over here, take these, smack that, and then now I'm just looking for something else to get, and, my energy's back up, like, pretty quick. Ooh, that shotgun's kind of nice. I want it. Accept the friend request. I think that's the guy from the chat. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say. I'll probably just end the video here, like, hopefully it was enough for you guys. Please do let me know in the comments if you do want to see that, main farming video that's, more general than just in Blasted Badlands, because I'll happily get that prioritized earlier if that's what you guys need. I'm hoping to record, a fair few Blasted Badlands loadouts videos, so when you see this one come out, the other ones should be on their way soon. So, you know, definitely keep an eye out around then. And yeah, just generally thank you for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Hopefully you found it useful. You know, I'm sure plenty of you already have this build going, but there's plenty of people out there who don't really know what the Blasted Badlands zone is. They don't know how it works, and maybe they don't know the loadout to, you know, get some good farming going in supply run. But there you go. Now you know, and we're all a little bit wiser, and, you know, we have some friends. So thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you in a stream, and have a great day. Cheers, and see you later.